Let's welcome Liz Martin to the program. Liz is from Accessible Arts and she is the Manager for Arts Development and Training. Liz, thanks so much for your time.
Oh, thanks so much, Peter. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Now, you're doing some stuff that I guess a lot of people would be looking forward to, getting some training, and I guess as these times would dictate, in a pretty COVID-friendly way.
Yes, we do all our training at the moment online via Zoom, and it's surprisingly friendly and engaging. Who would have thought that Zoom could be so? And it's a wonderful opportunity to learn all about how you can make your venue, your place of employment, your online events, how you can make them more accessible to people who are deaf or disabled.
So who is this aimed at? You talked about, for example, venues or different types of organisations. Is that sort of the focus of what your training is going to be entailing in the next few months?
The training has been designed specifically in mind, thinking about arts venues and arts organisations. So arts galleries, performing arts venues, be it small or big, we can show you how you can make your venues much more accessible. It might be a local pub, it might be a cinema. It's all across those different areas. Having said that, we've also done loads of work with councils and other organisations that are just really looking to learn how to be more accessible and engaging with people with disability. And as you and I know, almost 20% of our population here in Australia are people who are deaf or disabled. So it's a huge part of the population, and to be truly inclusive, it's a really important area to work in. And if people are not sure how to go about being inclusive or how to make sure their venues are accessible, then this is a really great place to start. If people feel that they have that under their belt, then we also have training, which is all about how to deliver events, meetings, conferences, create new work, deliver new work online. We can also show you how to make that accessible. It's incredibly powerful and a wonderful thing to do, both for your heart and for your business.
For your heart and for your pocket. We'll let people know how they can register and take part, obviously, and we don't want to necessarily give everything away, but it's an expensive thing to do. Do people, organisations, venues, for example, do they have to go to a huge expense to try and make it accessible? Because, yes, it might bring more people in, but they've got to fork out that money up front. It can be a little bit challenging, particularly in these times.
Oh, look, some of it is expensive. If you start thinking about, I've got stairs and I've got a lift and it's going to cost me 90 grand. And a lot of people think, when they think access and disability, they think about wheelchair users and they think about ramps and stairs, right? But access is way more broader than that. There are other areas of access that are expensive or relatively so, things like Auslan or captioning. There are certainly costs involved with that. Generally, it's not as much as people think. One of the biggest barriers is attitude and naivety or lack of knowledge and understanding. And we can help you with that, and we can give you really simple, practical things that you can do to increase access and inclusion. Not all of it costs money. A lot of it is down to awareness, having the time, the skills, making sure your front of house staff, your security staff, your staff within your organisation have the skills that they need to just be aware and engage with different types of people.
You talked about about 20% of the population. Of course, they've got friends, they've got families, they've got other people that if they can get the message out there, go to this place because they're very aware of disability access, or they're very much into inclusion. That's a good PR message that you probably can't put a price on.
Oh, yeah, totally. People think that it's we're talking about one person, but it's about your friends that you're bringing with you. And it's actually a large community of people that end up coming to you, and engaging with your organisation or your business. And it's just building that awareness. Sometimes it's as simple as knowing what sort of font to use and what kind of font size to use. really simple things that you can put into place immediately, like that day, that you can really turn around your business or your organization to be more engaging with community, with the people around you. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a great thing to do.
Now, you've got a number of sessions coming up. You've got a number planned for the first few months of the year, so it's probably a little bit hard to outline all of them. But is there sort of one starting point or one place we can go to get some information and then branch out from there?
Yeah, if you have a look at the Accessible Arts website, which is aarts.net.au, you'll see the training linked there. The first one we have coming up is on the 17th of February, and it's called Delivering Accessible Online Events. And that one is all about, okay, we're living in these worlds have changed. A lot of us are still working online, holding meetings or events. A lot of festivals and galleries and so on are still holding events online. So how do we do those and ensure that they're going to be accessible? So that's what that training is about. It's an hour and a half training. You'll get a resource manual, you'll get loads of examples and really practical tips and a way to engage with accessible arts. And we'll always support you through those stages as well. First Wednesday in February is disability confidence training. And that one it's kind of your basic 101 training. It's thorough. It will give you a really good understanding of things like basics of legislation, what legislation's in Australia, the social model, which is a different way of looking at disability and access. You'll look at really basic things around customer service, language and etiquette. So your front of house staff or public facing staff will have a really good understanding about how to communicate and be, and what kind of questions or what kind of language is appropriate. And then we'll delve into looking at barriers of access and then the solutions that you can put in place that will make your organization or venue accessible.
All right. People want to find out more, just give us that website again and we'll put that up on our Facebook page and email list as well so people can catch it if they haven't caught it today.
The homepage is aarts.net.au. And then under that, look at services. And under that, you'll see disability confidence training and delivering accessible online events.
Liz, good to catch up with you. I'm sure we'll speak again, but thank you for your time this afternoon.
Thanks so much, Peter. Lovely to talk to you. Have a great afternoon.
That's Liz Martin there from Accessible Arts. And Liz is a manager in arts development and training.